teaching, fundraising, personal use, and even inspiring others. After all, one of the keys to a successful video is to capture your audience's attention and keep it for an extended period of time. And since you're still watching this video, you already know how great doodle videos are at doing just that.
I know you're tired. I know you're broken. And it feels like you can't take anymore. That you have come to the end of yourself. But all of this means one thing. That you are a survivor. Your greatest weakness, the hurt, the pain, the betrayal, the feeling.
Hi there, this is Bryony from Alan's Rome Productions. I was,
When you wake up and you are inundated with so much responsibility, feels like you can't breathe.
At the Maze Bank Arena, we're looking for high net worth individuals to buy workshops overlooking the action.
What it's been like to be you. But I'll tell you this, there is a switch inside of every one of us. And at any moment in life, you can turn that switch from surviving to winning. Because ultimately, survival is an illusion. There's only two types of people in this world. There's people who lose, and there's people who win. And it's hard to be a loser, and it's hard to be a winner. Today, I want you to make a decision to flip the switch inside of you. From surviving to winning. It's time to win. See, the human being is the highest order of creation on earth. And one thing I am crystal clear about is that at any moment in your life, you can come across a speech or a piece of information. And if that information is applied, that revelation, it can forever alter the fabric of your existence. It's in the midst of our greatest storm. If you can hear my voice, you've survived. You survived the hurricane. You survived the storm. You survived the trial. You survived the betrayal. You survived it all. In order to change your life, all you gotta do is flip the switch from surviving to winning. See, a survivor will sit and wallow in the pain of the past. But a winner will build even when they are broken. I may be weak, I may be hurting, I may have pains, I may have been down, but I am not out. I am getting out of this hole. Today, I'm getting out of the pit of misery and into my destiny. Your pain is not bigger than your purpose. And even though you have been crushed in this very moment, you still have your calling. Flip the switch from weakness to winning, from hurting to conquering, from losing to champion.
You can't worry about yesterday because yesterday is not coming back to look for you.
Who speaks to the broken? Who speaks to the individuals that's still in the process? I'm dropping this for you.
I'm telling you to keep going when you face opposition. I'm telling you to keep going when you face adversity.
Believe in everything that you are and understand that within you there's something greater than any obstacle you'll ever face.
I wish I could tell you that if you just keep going, it's gonna get lighter. But that's not the truth. The truth is, you gotta find something within. He's gonna have to dig deep inside his soul to bring out that king.
But I'm telling you to get rid of the things that's not giving you the strength that you need to keep living the life that you have been given.
When you come over depression, you raise your arms like a step. When you overcome bankruptcy, you raise your arms
fighting a divorce, raise your arms in victory. You have the warrior spirit in your soul. You have the warrior mindset.
That dream is not going to just sit there and wait for you to come and get it.
When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, when you ain't got nothing left in your tank, you got to think about the people in your life that you're doing this for. And then if you could think about them, you could go one more mile. You would go one more day at work.
Live. Breathe. Life. You. That's what it's about.
Here we go again. It's not about the running, the swimming, the push-ups, the sit-ups. It's about what those things do for your mentality. You don't get better on the couch. Same old shit again.
Life is one big tug of war between mediocrity and trying to find your best self.
Marching down the avenue. Where everybody's getting weaker, I'm getting stronger. One more day and we'll be through. At the bottom of insecurities, fear, self-doubt, lies, was me buried in the fetal position. How I got out of that was recognizing it, being honest with it, being truthful with it, and then fix it. Stay in your own mind. Don't let them own yours. I wasn't born this motherfucker. I made them. Here we go again.
I never said when you want to succeed as bad as you want to eat, because you can go 21 days, maybe 30, but without eating. I never said when you want to succeed as bad as you want water, because you can go about 3 days or so without it. I said when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And so one of the things I want to do for you as an educator today, you don't necessarily need better skills per se. That's not what you need. But what some of you need is to go from 70% to 120%. Some of you need to go from 80% to 120%. The reason why I'm giving 120 is because your daddy's not in your life. The reason why I'm giving 120 is because your father's in prison. The reason why I'm giving 120 is because your mom is working 2 jobs. The reason why I'm giving 120 is because your grandma's raising you. The reason why I'm giving 120 is because you live in a community where education is not valued. So I don't care what you do academically, when you leave here, you can't go and get credit for getting A's. That in your neighborhood, in your community, nobody affirms you for reading at a certain level. Nobody affirms you for doing well on your ACT or your SAT. Where you come from, education is not affirmed. So even if you are a scholar, you have to keep it to yourself. You have to suppress it. So the reason why I give 120 is because your daddy's not there to give 80, and your mama's too tired to give 100. And your grandma is washed out, so she's giving 50.
And y'all do that little stuff about you gonna eat, but y'all ain't got no doggone motor. You get tired quick. You practice for 1 or 2 days, you wore out. You do a couple hours, you tired. But yet you compete against people right now, that's their lifestyle. And you think they about to let you take their lifestyle?
I don't want to do it as much as I want to eat. I don't want to do it as much as I need to drink. I want to be the best in the world as bad as I want to breathe. I want to be the Michael Jordan of education. I want to be the LeBron James of education. And I ask you the question. I ask you the question today. Are you giving 120? I never said when you want to succeed as bad as you want to eat. I never said when you want to succeed as bad as you want water. I said when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
Winston Churchill said the destiny of man is not measured by material complications. When great forces are on the move in the world, we learn we're spirits, not animals. And he said there's something going on in time and space and beyond time and space, which, whether we like it or not, spells duty. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny.
You have the capacity to leave a lasting impact. an indelible impression upon this world.
It is about becoming a master of your own destiny. As your understanding and perception of life deepens, you will see everything is in your hands.
All of us have something in us that we must live. And if we don't know what it is right now, we must create it or we must find it. All of us have this, whatever this something is.
Just try and dig deep and find out what you're passionate about and live it like there's no tomorrow. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you want to do, but do the hell out of that.
It takes, again, hard work, and it takes perseverance, and again, it just takes context, and it takes perspective.
You gotta put your stake in the ground and go after this thing called your future, because no one's gonna give it to you.
Don't talk about it, don't mull it over, don't plan for it, just get after it.
All of us have seen our destiny at some point in time, and we decided not to listen. We decided to ignore it and say, no, that's not for me. Life came in and slapped us side the head, and we stopped dreaming anymore.
Give it everything you got. And if you fail, you can at least do what? You tried. But if you don't go out there and give 120%, you're not a man.
It's time to understand that if you want to get something out of your life, you got to be willing to work for it. How much are you really willing to give?
You have an everlasting potential, and as long as you have a heartbeat, as long as you have air in your lungs, you have an opportunity to change this world, change your life, and live your dream today.
Don't you dare settle for anything less than what you know you can get.
Just make sure you make your mark. Make sure you make your mark in this world.
When you become what you're supposed to be, then you're gonna bless somebody else. And that's what it's really all about.
If you don't get serious with what's going on in front of you, you're gonna forfeit everything that you were born to be.
Take the leap of faith and believe that everything is going to be all right. Take that leap of faith. Trust yourself.
To bring out that king, that legend.
As a human being, the strongest thing you've got is your force of will. So take that force of will and make that happen.
Make sure every breath you take counts for something.
That when you get to the spot, you get to the spot for 1,000 others, 1,000,000 others.
Live your life now. Live your dreams now. Start acting like this is your last day on the planet.
Claim the sacred spaces of your minds and move toward that destiny with patience, perseverance, and prayer.
Tick tock.
What is ticking off here is not the clock, it's your life.
You are running out of time.
I hear the clock ticking. That's what I hear, and the end is nigh.
You don't know how much time you have. You keep telling yourself you got time and watch what happens.
If you don't take a hold of your life, if you don't get serious with what's going on in front of you, you're gonna forfeit everything that you were born to be.
Hello, people. Waits for no man.
Pays a lot.
That clock, it's always ticking.
So there's this
Your time is limited,
laboratory called
so don't waste it living someone else's life.
And Popov's
you gotta give it everything you got, whether it's your time,
shadow company run in part by Don Percival,
or your treasure.
When's the time to jump in
he's
the
a
pool?
warmongering
When's the time to
right-wing
kiss the
douche
boy?
with all the
When's the
subtlety of a
time
red
to get
dildo.
married? When's the time
Trust
to
me,
get
I've met a
training
lot
wheels
of
off the bike? When's the time to live your
warmongering
life?
right-wing douches.
The answer is,
not
I don't
red
know.
dildos.
Nobody knows.
Whatever.
There's no
Point
right
is,
answer.
Percival
There's
is
that
up to
moment
no
in
good
time.
in that shithole.
However you spend your time, that tells you who you are.
Stop waiting for tomorrow. Stop waiting for the perfect
What I got told on
moment.
the streets.
I'm saying to you, whatever you gotta do it, because if you don't, life is gonna whoop you until you surrender.
Don't worry about the why, just worry about the how.
Who's not going to see you accomplish your goals? Who's not going to see you blow up? Who's not going to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor with you? Who put in why? Because you average. And one day you're going to be great, but you think you got time.
Fight that ticking clock with everything you got.
Time is one of the most powerful, important tools that any of us will ever get, because time we never get back.
You got to have faith, and that faith gives you patience. That it's not going to happen as quickly as you want it to happen.
There's not an hour that's going to go by. There's not a minute that's going to go by that is not accounted for.
Greatness takes time.
Just get it done. This will pay well. No questions asked. We never met.
Tick tock.
You don't always have to talk about what you're up to. Let your results speak for you. Let your actions speak for you.
Social media doesn't always need to know about your grinding and hustle. People will know about it when they see your results.
It's the one thing you can't fake. There's a lot of fake people out there talking a lot of crap about who they are and what they've accomplished. But one thing you can never fake is results.
Be that person, the one who delivers, not the talker, not the statement maker, the result maker. Confuse them with your silence and shock them with your results.
Under talk, over deliver.
There's a saying, when you build in silence, they don't know what to attack. Don't let the haters get a chance to attack you before you've done anything. Build in silence and shock them with your end result.
You must know the results will come. If you get your head down and work, you do not need to tell everyone what you're up to or who you think you're going to be. Just show them. The results will come if you get your head down and work.
Your work ethic will show in your results. Your hustle will show in your results. Your ability will show in your results. Your greatness will show in your results, never in your talk.
There's no need to tell people how great you are. When you are truly great, they will tell you.
Let your results speak for you. Let your actions speak for you. Confuse them with your silence and shock them with your results.
Your work ethic will show in your results. Your hustle will show in your results. Your ability will show in your results. Your greatness will show in your results. Never in your talk.
Normal circumstances, but these guys are real hard on Ford in a non-creepy, just annoying sense. So anyway, we're hoping for the best, preparing for the worst. That's why we got a team of 4 on this. Let's go.
What's your push? You want first place, come play with me. You want second place, go somewhere else. Like I would watch Magic play. I'd watch Michael play. And I would see them do these unbelievable things, and I say, you know, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out.
That's why he's the best player in the game.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better
Contact needs to be able to get in and out quick.
Everything. And
Make
so
sure
when
the
you
entrance
have
to
that
the lot
point of
isn't
view,
blocked by your vehicle.
then literally the world becomes your library to help you become better at your craft.
So because you know what you want, the world's giving you exactly the information 100% to become better at it.
Because you know what you're looking for.
So many guys tell stories about your work ethic.
Yeah.
What was really your work ethic like, and for how long did you stay disciplined?
Well, I mean, every day. I mean, since 20 years. It was an everyday process and trying to figure out strengths and weaknesses. For example, jumping ability. Now, my vertical was a 40, wasn't a 46 or a 45. My hands are big, but they're not massive. Right? So you got to figure out ways to strengthen them so your hands are strong enough to be able to palm a ball and do the things that you need to do. Quickness, I was quick, but not insanely quick. I was fast, but not ridiculously fast. Right? So I had to rely on skill a lot more. I had to rely on angles a lot more. I had to study the game a lot more. But I enjoyed it though. So like from the time I can remember when I started watching the game, I studied the game and it just never changed. It's a good separation for me, you know, emotionally, to be able to put myself in a place where at practice or when I'm training or during games, I switch my mind to something else. I switch my mode into something else, right? For me, it's the equivalent of Maximus, Decimus, Meridius, and Gladiator picking up the dirt.
All right.
Smelling
when I get the
dirt.
Here, we'll give you the codes.
It's go time.
Can I get
Right?
sign-on?
So that was my mental switch. It was like an actor getting ready for a film. You got to put yourself in that cage.
That was you, right?
When you're in that cage, you are that
Or
character.
someone associated to you?
Then when you leave there, it's something completely different. But when I'm in
What
that
you're getting
cage,
into right
bro,
now is a
don't
whole
touch
different
me,
ballgame, my
don't talk
friends.
to me.
Got to go ahead.
Leave me alone.
Like I told my professor, what happens if he said, what happens if you fail? I said, but what happens if I don't get it? What happens if I put in all these years and it don't work out? He said, but what happens if you put in all these years and you get it?
The Bureau's coming at us. Damn it. Do not surrender.
Skill and you got will. You got skill and you got will. Two total different things. You were born with certain things, but to get to the next level, and not just get to the next level, to stay at the next level, you gotta have will when you get to that next level. So when you play, you have to compete. When you have an opportunity, why would you give 80%? When you have an opportunity. Somebody answer that for me.
You need to clean up these agents.
Why would you give
They're chasing a payoff
80%,
and they will keep
70%?
coming.
Why wouldn't you always give 120%? For real, you might get it, but right now what? Oh, I can't hear y'all. You may get it, but right now what? You don't have it. You have nothing to fear, guys. You already overcame all kind of stuff. Because a lot of you don't see that what's going to take you to that next level that's going to separate you from everybody else, because you got to have something that separates you. What's going to separate you from everybody else? Right? I don't know what that is for you, but just talk about it. When you hear my videos, one of the things you notice that separates me from everybody else, I don't do what in any of my videos? I don't curse. You've never seen me cuss before. You've never seen me drink before. You've never seen me smoke. I'm not against drinking and smoking, but my brand is I don't drink, I don't smoke. What are you going to do to separate yourself? Like, I do things to separate myself from everybody else. The passion that I have when I speak, the grind that I have when I do what I do. What are you going to do to separate yourself? People you're not even going to be hanging out with. All I want to hear is E. They grinding like they ain't never grind before. Johnny, I want to hear they out there handling that rock like E. They monsters, E. They like freaks out here, E. Like, they going hard, E. That's all I want. What's some more stuff that's keeping you from doing what you're supposed to do? I love it. You have an opportunity of a lifetime. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is, when you understand you have an opportunity, you play a little different.
And it was track and field. And the gym instructor pointed to my father online and said, Cyril Tyson, everyone look at him. He does not have the body type that would excel in track. And they used him as an example. And he says, what? No one is going to tell me what I can't do in my life. And he used that as the reason to start running. And he started track in that moment. He decided that one of his next tasks in life would be to take up running and excel at it. Within a few years of that, he became world class. At one time, had the 5th fastest time in the world. In the middle distance, they don't run this anymore, 600-yard run. In 1948, the Olympics was not yet ready to come back to us because we're still roiling from the Second World War. Instead, it was still an Olympics. It was called the GI Olympics, and it was held in Hitler's Stadium. So he competed in Hitler's Stadium in the late 1940s, and just one of the great memories of his life. But the reason I'm saying all of that is they were competing against the New York Athletic Club. In the day, once you graduated college, you needed some sanctioning body to compete with. So there were athletic clubs. The New York Athletic Club at the time accepted only white Protestants. So there was another club called the Pioneer Club, which took everybody who was not accepted to the New York Athletic Club, which was basically blacks and Jews, is really what that came down to. And his best friend, Johnny Johnson, okay, was coming around the back stretch. Might have been the quarter mile, coming on the final straightaway.
When I get the all clear, we'll give you
And
the
a
codes.
runner from the New York Athletic Club is a few paces behind him. And Johnny Johnson overhears that runner's coach
That bank.
say,
That was you, right?
"Catch that!"
Or someone associated to you?
And he overheard this.
What you're getting into right now
So what
is a
did he
whole
say
different
to
ballgame,
himself?
my friends.
He said,
You got the go.
"This is one he ain't gonna catch." And that extended his lead to the finish line. And he tells the story not with any bitter tone. So he never had that kind of tone when he shared those stories with us. It was, here's an occasion to parlay what today might be called a microaggression into a reason to excel even more than you had expected of you. And so I have taken that lesson with me.
How did you get mentally and emotionally so strong where it doesn't matter?
Well, you got to look at the reality of the situation. Like, it's not, you kind of got to get over yourself. It's not about, okay, you feel embarrassed. You're not that important. Like, get over yourself.
That's where you go.
Get over yourself, right? Like, you're worried about how people may perceive you, and like you're walking around and it's embarrassing because you shot 5 air balls. Get over yourself, right? And then after that, it's okay, well, why did those air balls happen? Got it. High school, year before, we played 35 games, max, right? Week in between, spaced out, plenty of time to rest. In the NBA, it's back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I didn't have the legs. So you look at the shot, every shot was online. Every shot was online, but every shot was short, right? I gotta get stronger. I gotta train differently. The weight training program that I'm doing, I gotta tailor it for an 82-game season so that when the playoffs come around, my legs are stronger and that ball gets there. So I look at it with rationale and say, okay, well, the reason why I shot air balls is because my legs aren't there. I go, well, next year they'll be there. That was it.
Done.
Done.
I wasn't successful because of who I was. Like, and a lot of y'all, for real, here's what you gotta stop doing. You hold people to the fire when they don't do what they're supposed to do, but you give yourself a pass. Like, and you gotta stop doing that. Like, I see in this generation, people will let their kids get away with stuff that I know you wouldn't let nobody else's kid get away with. But sometimes when you're so close to something, you don't treat it you don't treat it real. Like, you give it a pass because it's your baby. But if somebody else was to get on your couch and do that, you'd have a fit. Or somebody. So what I had to start doing was saying, you gotta stop holding other people to the fire, you gotta hold yourself to the fire. And I realized that without a schedule, I was the one that was messing up my life. And I realized I needed a schedule because I wasn't the brand to get me where I wanted to go, if that makes sense. Like, that version of Eric Thomas would never make me a 1%. I realized that. So when I sat down with Warren Buffett, 3 things that blew my mind. I never really realized where his money came from. So the first thing I did was I was like, yo, his money comes from investments.
You made laps?
Well, what happened was when he was 12 years old, his father gave him his first grand and let him make an investment. So I realized he's not getting up early in the morning just to get up in the morning. What he says he does is he reads. He doesn't just read books. That's not what he does. He reads financial reports. So this dude was telling me he read a financial report of General Motors in like 1964. And I'm thinking, like, why would you be reading? It's 2014. He was reading the document, the financial, listen to me. He's a financial genius. What was he reading? Finances. For real, y'all be coming up to me like, yo, E, what you reading? Why? You trying to be a motivational speaker? You trying to be the next Martin Luther King? You trying to be the next Mother Teresa? Why are you trying to read what I'm reading? Like, what are you trying, like, you trying to impress somebody? Why are you reading what I'm trying to read if you're not trying to be me? He was not reading Mother Teresa. He wasn't reading about leaders. He was reading a financial report from 1964 General Motors. Why? Because General Motors had one of their successful financial years in 1964. And so he was looking for the clues of what were they doing specifically in 1964 that can be duplicated in 2014. That's what he was looking for. So a lot of you getting up early because ET get up early, but you getting up early for no reason. You just up early. So be careful that your routine is pointing to where you're trying to get to, and you're not wasting time. So I'm looking at Warren Buffett. He says he reads 6 hours a day. He reads financial documents 6 hours a day. That's the first thing he does, 7 days a week, 6 hours. But watch this, you go, ooh. When you read something for 6 hours times 7, that's 42 hours, right? That's 42 hours a week, right? I don't know how many hours that is a year, but guess why he makes the best financial decisions? Because all he's doing is financial stuff. He's putting in 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 hours. If you're gifted in 3 areas, then that means you're gonna have to get 30,000 hours just to be like basically a master. But what if you did one thing and got 30 hours of information in just that one area? You guys got 10,000 in 3 different areas. So while you got 10,000, I got 40, 50,000 in one area. What? Speed. And guess what the disc is? The disc is still going further into personalities. It's still the same exact thing. So I'm putting more hours on top. So the routine is important because eventually it's going to make you a beast in one particular area. That's why you need a routine, because you can't trust yourself not to get off track. That routine is going to keep you on track and make you a 1%er.
You're playing against the Golden State Warriors. Score is 107-109. You guys are close to getting into the playoffs. You know exactly what happens in the game. You go up, you're about to take your shot, and then all of a sudden, boom, Achilles happens, right? He went and hit the free throws, and then you walked off the stage.
Yeah.
And you got the surgery done.
I went in the trainer's room, my kids are in there, and they're looking at you and stuff, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, it's all right, Dad's gonna be all right. We'll be fine. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. As a parent, you gotta set the example. You gotta set the example. This is another obstacle. This obstacle cannot define me. It's not gonna cripple me. It's not gonna be responsible for me stepping away for the game that I love. I'm gonna step away on my own terms. And that's when the decision was made that, you know what? I'm doing it. Doing it.
You're a freaking beast,
yeah.
Push yourself. So you want to be the best. You want to get to the top. You want to achieve success. I'm sick and tired of all you people out there that go around talking about what you want, what you're going to get, what you're going to have, what you're going to do, where you're going to go, and not doing shit to actually make it happen. If you're happy in life right now, then you can stop listening now, because this video ain't for you.
The moments and situations you're steering away from are usually the things that need to be attacked head on. You're the one that needs to trigger that growth. You'll always be dreaming of a better life, dreaming of success, dreaming about the person you're capable of becoming.
We've all got things we want to do, dreams of what we want our life to look like. The problem is, most of us are standing in a busy street, just letting the opportunities in life pass us by. We're waiting for the perfect situation, the perfect circumstances, the perfect opportunity, the perfect time. There's never going to be a perfect time or the perfect moment. Take a look at the clock. This is your time. You know what you want, so go get it. It's there. If you want all these things in life and you're just thinking that by some miracle of life or some bullshit theory of the law of attraction it's going to magically happen, you've got to wake up. The only way to get what you want in life is to get to work and go and get it. To look at all your adversity and all the excuses square in the face and push yourself out of your comfort zone to achieve what you want.
Your biggest growth moments come from a place of discomfort. If you're never willing to step outside, into those fears, face the unknown, and see what's on the other side of them, you'll always be wondering what could have been.
You can always do more. You always have another gear, another level of performance. You can always push a little bit harder, get up a little earlier, work a little longer, spend more time with the ones you love. Whatever it is you want more of or want to be better at in your life, you have complete control over whether you get it or not.
Roll the dice. If you're gonna try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you're gonna try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind. Go all the way. Could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It could mean jail. It could mean derision. It could mean mockery, isolation. Isolation is a gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, of how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it, despite rejection and the worst odds. And it will be better than anything else you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There's no other feeling like that. You'll be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. Do it, do it, do it. All the way, all the way. You'll ride life. It's perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is.
boys, you must strive to find your own voice. The longer you wait to begin, the less likely you are to find it at all. Thoreau said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Don't be resigned to that. Break out.
I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love.
Your life is your life. Don't let it be clubbed into dank submission. Beyond the watch, there are ways out. There is a light somewhere. It may not be much light, but it beats the darkness. Beyond the watch, the gods will offer you chances. Know them. Take them. You can't beat death, but you can beat death in life, sometimes. And the more often you learn to do it, the more light there will be. Your life is your life. Know it while you have it. You are marvelous. The gods wait to delight in you.
I said, empty your mind, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend. I do not look upon myself as a star. I really don't. I mean, believe me, man. You know what I want to think of myself? As a human being. Because, I mean, I don't want to sound like that's confused to say, but under the sky, under the heaven, man, there is but one planet. It just so happened, man, that people are different. So therefore, they're coming into, when I ask me to teach them not so much of how to defend themselves.
Okay, let's get these armored vehicles. Get down to Davis Courts.
Rather, they want to learn to express themselves through some anger, determination.
Don't think. Feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or on the wrist or that heavenly glory.
You know, if these insurgent LAPVs, light armored personnel vehicles, came in electric with driverless capabilities, might look into the financing options. Use it for the kids' soccer run. Not that I have children that I know of. Officially,
I mean, it is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky and be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of things, you see what I mean? To express oneself honestly, not lying to myself. And to express myself honestly, that, my friend, is very hard to do. If you honestly express yourself, it doesn't matter. It will bring more understanding. More things that are, hey, like different, you know? And maybe in the contrast of comparison, some new thing might grow. It's not difficult to learn and speak.
Looks like you're almost at the quarry. Merriweather have rented the place to do some tests on the insurgent LAPVs. It's a live fire test, so expect resistance once you engage. Try and hold off engaging for as long as possible, though. Your best chance of success will come if you retain control of the situation.
Because I was being goofy. myself, yeah. And with that part,
These vehicles are
just express
fast,
myself, like I
armored,
say,
all-terrain,
honestly
perfect
express
for
myself.
militarized police, police-sized military, and concerned civilian interests. Whether you're driving this into enemy forces in a theater of war or a crowd of protesters in downtown LS. Insurgent LAPV Mark III integrity test on my signal, and fire!
I keep my eyes on the prize.
You want to be always pushing beyond what you're comfortable with.
Don't wait to be asked, because nobody's going to ask you. And don't wait for the perfect conditions, because they'll never be perfect.
Did nobody get in there and pick a glove down for me? Did nobody go out there on that road and run miles and miles for me? Nobody took the broken ribs. Nobody took the bloody nose. I did it all.
Get the insurgents and get out of there. Use the mounted machine gun on some of the housing. I'll meet you at our safe house on North Columbia Way.
Always business.
You just have to take the plunge.
Never overlook no opponent. I train for every fighter the same way. Push myself. I believe in my skills and I believe in my talent.
There's always a way if you're committed. Just gotta keep changing your belt.
And they aren't going to be nice people. Make sure we get the LAPDs back in one piece.
You got fighters that may be faster than me. You got fighters that may hit harder than me. But you don't have no fighter that can make adjustments like me. You don't have fighters that can be on my level mentally. It's never personal for me. It's always business. You get to where you're trying to get to by staying focused, staying on a parallel path. My thing is this. I keep my eyes on the prize. I never focus on things outside the ring. My focus is the guy that's in front of me. I always had a dream. And my dream was to be the best. No matter what happens. When it comes down to boxing, I'm the best at this.
How are those LAPDs doing? Come on, folks.
Right now, do you believe you're the best in the world?
I feel I'm the best ever.
Hey, can we hurry this up? Some of us have got other things to do. Precondition ping pong for the LS industry leaders doesn't happen every day, okay? It's bi-weekly, and the other one clashes with my Raw thing.
The separation of talent and skill is one of the greatest misunderstood concepts for people who are trying to excel, who have dreams and want to do things. Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft.
People that are hungry are unstoppable, Mr. Brown. People that are hungry, no excuse is acceptable. Go out and face the music, young man. Don't forget, stay hungry. Are you willing to keep working on? Are you willing to realize that you have not done your best stuff yet, that you can better your best?
just everything you got today, not because of the snowball.
The only thing that I see that is distinctly different about me is I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill. You might have more talent than me, you might be smarter than me. There's two things. You're getting off first, or I'm gonna die. It's really that simple.
It's about winning one-on-one battles.
Get the insurgents and get out of there. Some of us have got other things to do.
I ain't nervous no more. I'm like, all right, I'm good. Come back. You come back. Damn, what is this feeling? What is this feeling? I'm like, am I scared? I look around like, oh, yeah, you got the same face I got. It can't be scared. He ain't scared. I ain't scared. What's this feeling? What's this feeling? I look around. It's adrenaline. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm not gonna let you come in my house. In my blue house.
It's our time. Ain't no time now to worry about what the outcome is. Don't look at the scoreboard. One play at a time. From the first play to the last play. Give it to them. One time. First play to last play. Don't get what's yours. You determine what happens to you. You control your outcome.
Get the insurgents and get out of there.
You control what happens to us. We do. Nobody else in the country can say that every year. We always do.
on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again. And most important, don't get caught up thinking about winning or losing. Give it your effort, concentration, play to your potential, to be the best you can be. I don't care what the
Can we line this up? Some of us have got other things to do.
Champions know what fucking happens here. Switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off. Fuck the outside, the exterior conditions. It all happens internally, and they know that inside the fucking mind. You give me a guy who fucking got that right, he will kick the fucking crap out of the guy who's in the fucking gym 6 or 7 hours a day, carrying his fucking cooler, 3 or 4 personal fucking trainers, all the functional training equipment and everything else. Give me the guy who's got it fucking here. All the great, incredible athletes, they don't stand in the mirror and say, my work is done. They say the work begins tomorrow anew, with new knowledge. I start all over again. That's why they're fucking champions. That's why they're champions.
The power of preparation. The power of preparation. That you see, yes. Trust. Will be important. Trust your eyes. Trust your eyes. Trust yourself. See it? Like, you're looking at a lot. A lot of times. Look at what you're supposed to do. Don't try to be the hero. Heroes are guys that do their job consistently every day. Do the right thing over and over. What the hell? Over and over. You know what you gotta do. You understand? It's gonna be physical. It's gotta be physical, it's gotta be natural. Overcome to be where you're at right now. Special group of guys setting in this room. One thing that may never be done again. And understand something, every time you go out, you gotta do it yourself. So every day you start. Here's the great thing. This is what happens. The greatest thing in life you guys gotta understand, you control the outcome. That's what this is about. You control what happens. It's in our hands. What we do, how we do it, the way we do it. Now you just got to execute and do it. That's going to take 3 things now, guys. You got to have great emotion in this game. You got to have great togetherness in this game. But at the same time, you got to be able to think and function. The man can keep it high, but process the information, make great decisions in the game. Don't be selfish. Don't let your pride override anything with your team. Make smart decisions in the game. You play physical, you play violent, but you play clean. You play penalty-free. You tackle, you hit on the rise, step on the toes.
my mind start making up excuses why I can get away with not doing it. As soon as that starts to happen in your mind, you need to scream out, fuck you. Fuck you. You say to yourself, you're going to tell me, you're going to try to talk me out of doing what I know is good for me, makes me a more powerful human being, that means something to the quality of my life. You're going to try to talk me out of it? Fuck you! This is how I'm going to punish you.
I'm living my dreams. I set out to do something, and I'm doing it.
The last time you were actually a fan of this
I was sitting right over there.
You were just a fan?
Yeah, I was just a fan. When I sat here in this crowd years and everything and saw all these guys, I realized that it's there. It's there for the taking if I put the time in.
Hey, can we hurry this up? Some of us have got other things to do.
And I don't listen to no one else. I don't hear about nothing else. I don't want to hear about nothing else. I still envision two possible details. If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. You don't put it out there. You truly believe in it. If you become vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction and it will become reality. I still envision 2, possibly 3 belts on my shoulder.
I just had it outside begging, and they begged me. Look at everybody up here. They're all dressed like me, they're all trying to talk like me, they're all trying to be me. Everyone in the game wants this fight. This is a lottery fight.
I realize that it isn't attainable.
You gotta wrap one on one shoulder, you gotta wrap the other on the other shoulder.
It's a beautiful feeling when preparation meets opportunity. Raising my hand and visualizing a room full of fans. That was something I'd done as a kid out on my own. But most certainly I'm looking to replicate what I've achieved. Health and sacred. I said I would do it. I would do it.
Sooner or later he's gonna fall. One of those elbows, one of those shots gonna keep him that soft, tempo, and that dog feet low. Two-weight world champion, UFC New York, the Irish are back. from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody that I dreamed into reality. Oh, that looks good.
It feels familiar. I saw it so clearly. I swear to God, I saw it so clearly, so consistently, until it's here in reality. So I'm saying this a long time, and I back it up. I back it up with work ethic. I back it up with hours upon hours of time and dedication. I never slip. I never take a second off this game.
My dream is to be world champion, world lightweight champion in the UFC. Have more money than I know what to do with, and have a great life for my kids, my grandkids, everyone in my family, everyone that's come up with me. That's my dream. My dream is to be #1, pretty much. My goal is #1 in MMA.
Listen, thanks everyone for coming out.
Bring them in. I'm waiting.
Nothing is impossible. You know what I mean? You can achieve anything.
The reason why we're at the top again, because of me and because of you. And I appreciate every single one of you. I tell you, we only needed one of these.
When things are going good and you visualize these good things happening, you visualize more good things happening, that's easy. What's not easy to do is when things are going bad and you're visualizing the good stuff.
You guys won't need armor in there, will you? All right, now get going. Let's wrap this up.
He said, when life can no longer threaten you with death, he said, what else is there? What else is there? And the majority of the fears that we have are not life or death fears. They're not those kind of fears. But through our imagination, we blow them out of proportion and we give them more power than they actually have or deserve, and we permit them to govern our lives. We permit them to determine how far we can stretch out on our dreams and discovering our stuff. And as we begin to look at ourselves and begin to, wait a minute, just getting to the point as you assess yourself and begin to prove yourself and just say, wait, hold a minute. I've been sweating this out. What's the worst thing that can happen to me? Will it kill me? Will I die? Why am I going through all of these changes over this? How much power does this really have? And am I the one that's feeding the power into it? You can either live your dreams or live your fears. And I think the majority of people actually are not living their dreams, but are living their fears. So I want to ask you a question. What are your fears? What are you afraid of? What are you scared of? Because we all have fears, don't we? We all have something that's blocking us, that's holding us back. And as we begin to look at life, what we realize is that the reason that most people are not living out their true potential and not doing all of the things that they would really like to do is because of fear. What are the things that you fear that's been keeping you from living your dream? That's been keeping you from doing some things that you would like to do? Just think about those things. And how do we begin to handle that? Abraham Maslow said that life is about growth. And he said, you can either go back to your comfort zone, there you won't find any growth, or you must be willing to go forward and face your fears again, again, and again. Because you're never going to have a fear-free existence. Some fear is acceptable and legitimate. There's some things that you really should be afraid of. Now, you shouldn't allow it to immobilize you. You acknowledge it, you take it into account, and you carry yourself accordingly. There are times that we should proceed with caution, but it's the difference between being stopped by fear. It's the difference between having a fear and the fear having you. So deciding as you look at your life, as you look into the future and say, what fears am I holding on to? What fears that I'm allowing to imprison me, that's keeping me from breaking out, that's keeping me from living up to my true potential, that's keeping me from really being happy, that's keeping me from having a sense of adventure and excitement in my life? What's keeping me from controlling my destiny? What fears that I'm giving that permission to? Notice what I said, that we must give our permission to fear to immobilize us. Because whatever discomfort you experience, whatever challenges or difficulty that it is, you got to handle it. Got to go up in there and wrestle with it. Will it be easy? No. Will it be challenging? Yes.
Yeah, just
A friend
have
of
a
mine
look
who's
around.
going into recovery.
Okay.
He's been addicted to crack cocaine for years and alcohol. He was talking about how challenging it was and why he was dreading going into cold turkey. I said, what do you want me to tell you? That it's going to be a picnic? No, it's not. It's going to kick your butt? Yes, it is. Are you going to want to die? Yes, that's a part of it. But that's just what you must go through in order to get where you want to go. And guess what? You are strong enough to do it. You're strong enough, and your life is worth whatever you have to go through to get past this addiction. Whatever you have to do. This dream you got, whatever you want to do, will it be easy to just run out there and do it? No. Will it happen overnight? No. Will it be a struggle? Yes. Will there be times when you can't make ends meet? Yes, that's a part of it. Will there be times you won't know what to do? Yes, that's a part of it. See, when you are not filling your life with the things that you are capable of doing, we all have some stuff to do together.
Hi there, this is Bryony from Alan's Room Productions. I was told you might be interested in participating in our online TV streaming live entertainment experience Arena War at the Maze Bank Arena. We're looking for...
Only you can do that. Only you can perform that. Only you can initiate that activity. And if you don't do that, if you're not filling in your life with your life work or your mission, then there are gaps in your life. And what we do when we're not living out our true identity, we begin to fill the gaps. We fill the holes with garbage. Alcohol, drugs, worry, self-destructive behavior. So when you begin to look at your life and you know that you're not doing what you can do because you have allowed yourself to be held captive by your fears. Now, when you don't have a true appreciation and acceptance for who you are, and you allow yourself to be immobilized by fear,
It's
what
all
happens
over, I'm
in the
afraid.
process is
Word from the
that
uncle
you
in
begin to
Hong Kong.
abuse yourself.
You've got to sell.
You
Too much
begin to
drama.
sabotage your life.
Your condo
you begin
should
to
be fine,
sabotage your
but I'm
dreams.
finished.
You begin to
I'm so sorry.
unconsciously
I thought we could build
work
something
against
great here.
yourself.
Champagne,
You become
Miss
your
Baker?
own worst enemy.
No, Tom.
So what do you do about that?
I just can't
Well,
believe it.
you
The day
begin
spa
to
and gym
realize
closed.
that your
The range of
dream
supplements, a pipe dream,
and your
the
gifts
meditation app, still in
have so
beta.
much meaning
It's a
and so much
calamity.
value for you
该走
till
人
your
就
hunger
跟
for
散
them
家全一样。
will
这些
begin
心血
to push
没
you
错，
past the
虽然我是有很
Your
棒的
hunger
腹
to
肌
have them
和体态，
will
但
give you
我
a
也丢
special
脸就
drive.
掉家了。
As you
Well,
work
at
on
least after
yourself,
5 years, we got this
as you
place
begin
opened.
to
There is that.
acknowledge your true identity, true
Forgive
power,
me.
that you
I
have,
come in peace again.
the true capacity
Well, I'm sorry
you
about
have to bring
how
about
everything
change, the
panned out,
miracle-working
but,
power that
maybe
you
I
have
can help
within
your uncle
yourself.
and you leave
do
with
the
a
things
little more
that you want
dignity.
to do.
And more. I will offer asking plus 20% and a quick sale and a good relationship. But you gotta help me.
Help?
Kill
But there's
my
some
uncle.
people, because of their personality,
believe what I am not
because of
hearing.
their
And you'll
contribution,
keep your job.
because
The
of their
diamond will
the
remain
investment
the
of their
diamond.
time and
The
their
entire
energy,
team,
and
even
the
the monsieur.
impact they have there,
You keep
that
your
when
jobs,
they go,
and I
everybody
can pull
will
it off.
miss them.
If not,
See, when
my
Mother
uncle
Teresa
will
checked
attack
out,
you again,
everybody
kill
will
you
know.
or destroy
When
this
Rosa
place and buy
Parks,
peanuts.
everybody will know.
I'm sorry.
Nelson Mandela,
I know it's not a great way to do
everybody will
business.
know.
No kidding, it's not a great
Why?
way to do
Because of their
business.
contribution.
It's all I got. My
See,
uncle
but there's
is
some
renting La
people
Fuente
because their
Blanca Ranch.
contribution
Okay,
is so
we'll
small.
think about it. They'll think about
No
it.
one
Get out
will
of here.
care.
Get out of here. Gentlemen.
So I'm saying,
Madam.
before
Excuse
you
me.
are boxed and buried,
What do you think?
decide that you're going to box and bury your fears.
Maybe you can.
Decide that you're going to begin to live life on a new level, seeking out new horizons. That you're going to find more love and more joy and more ways to give more to life. We go through life really blocking ourselves constantly. And fear is one of the greatest instruments that we could use to stifle our true potential. When you begin to look at your life, you can decide to use fear as a blocker, or you can decide to use it as building blocks. But you decide, hey, look here, I'm going to move in this direction. I'm not going to allow anything to stop me from doing what I want to do. Now, life is too short for that. Too short and unpredictable, moseying through. Not trying to disturb anything, not trying to shake anything up, not trying to make any waves. See, there are some people who come
Very
through the
good.
universe and their
Even
level
though
of
we sell,
contribution
Mr.
and the
Chang will be
level of
very
energy
happy
they
when Duggan's
manifest
dead.
is so small,
Go to the
so
ranch.
inconspicuous.
Take him out however you can.
that when they go, you
There'll be
won't
lots
even
of
know
guards,
they left.
so get past them first.
Everything
The money is ready to transfer as soon as it's done.
And tell him it's for me! Takes everything he does for others. So when you begin to say, what is it that I want to leave? What contribution that I want to begin to make? What difference do I want to make? What is it that I want to do with the rest of the life that I have left? What chances I need to take? What risks do I need to begin to embrace? What fears do I need to step on? What areas of my life am I dead right now? What dreams? You can either live your dreams or live your fears. You have got to get to a point where you say, I'm sick and tired of living like this. There's got to be more. That's when people go out and strike out on their dreams. That's when people get out of relationships where they're dying together rather than growing together.
They know you're there. Look out for more guards on the way.
The impulse to dream has been slowly beaten out of me through the experience. Most people stop living their dreams because the lessons they've learned from life are things that picked up along with them home. Fear of a loud sound, fear of falling. All the other fears are fears we learn, fears we pick up. Whatever you scared of, your life, value you brought to the planet, or more, whatever you be strong. So as we begin to look toward the future, look at what will it take for us to break through those fears. One, acknowledging the fear, knowing it's all right. Some fears help. Beginning to know that your dreams, your passions, your drive to achieve whatever it is you want, as it has more power and meaning, it will move you past your fears. As you begin to feel that you deserve it, your passion and goal is so strong. You begin to trust yourself, put yourself in a situation where you have to make it happen. You will. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe this. I know this from my own life experience. I know that you've got greatness within you. I know that you have unlimited potential in you. I know that you have something to give to the universe. I think it was Joe Frazier who said this one. He says, all of us are like the blind man at some point in our lives standing on the corner, waiting for somebody to lead us across. See, all of us at some point in our lives need some help, need someone to reach out to us, to throw out the lifeline, to help us go across some treacherous waters that we couldn't navigate by ourselves. None of us do it by ourselves. All of us at some point in our lives. We need that kind of help. We need that kind of assistance because we grow from the people we have in our lives that can enrich our lives personally, professionally, spiritually, and all the dimensions of our lives.
Am I right in thinking Mr. Duggan is being evacuated in a helicopter?
So you look at yourself, what are the fears you have?
It would be very bad for all of us if he got away. Particularly you, if you want to get paid.
As you assess
Take
your
that how you
strengths
will.
and your weaknesses, as you begin to prove yourself
and your passions and your dreams and your goals and the things that you want, if you decide to experience all of your true potential, if you decide to manifest all of your greatness, if you decide, wait a minute, what else is available to me out here? If I decided to experience the fear of rejection, the fear of no, the fear of failure, the fear of standing by myself, what else is available? Of taking a chance, a fear of losing it all. What else is available to me that will bring some extra meaning and value? The fear of people not liking me. You know how many people do things they don't want to do because they want everybody to like them? Accept yourself, then you accept the fear as a fact and not a force. So when you accept yourself, and you accept fear as a fact, that means that it's something that happens, it's something that you're going to experience, but it is not a force to hold you back. It doesn't have any special power other than that you give it. So you accept the fact that you are afraid, and then you move on anyhow. You can have fears. Don't surrender. Don't let your fears have you. You're more than capable of making this your decade.
It's done, isn't it? Don't say anything. I don't want to know. But I know, dear Lord, I'm an accessory to murder. Multiple murders. Well done, me. Yay. Okay. Come back to the casino so we can dot the I's and cross the T's on this deal, okay?
She dies today. I think I did all right. The autumn night that covers me black as the picture pole. I think whatever God there may be for my uncomfortable circumstance, I cannot find it. Blessings of faith, beyond this place, shadow and shade, yet the midst of the years finds its shelter.
Someone asked me once, and you were about to do it, what would you do if you weren't an actor, if you didn't make it as an actor? I have no idea. I would act somewhere. Maybe I'm driving a cab, maybe I'm working in somebody's yard. Whatever I'm doing, I will act. Because I'll die if I don't.
Salutations. Welcome back. They're waiting for you in the lobby. I heard you acquitted yourself.
You do it because you have to do it.
Bravo!
If you spend 20 years
I now have full ownership
waiting
of this
tables.
hard hat. And Mr. Chang is on a
At
flight
night, if
heading
you were a
west.
writer, you're right.
Things are changing already.
Absolutely.
And it's the same thing with any
Wait, no,
discipline.
Mr. Connor. If ever there was
Painters
a celebration,
paint.
they need a champagne.
I don't care what else they have to do to put food on the table or pay the rent. They're
Come on
paint.
now. That might be the last bottle of French
And
Ditto.
I think that's the same way all the way around.
Stuff tastes like sparkling piss. But they let us put champagne on the label. Now,
Cheers. Well, I guess that's one of the many
Writers,
cost
painters,
savings
paint.
we can look forward to under your ownership.
All in the name of synergy, my dear. You just get me twice the profit from half the outlay, we'll get along fine.
Matters not how
That
strict
reminds
the
me.
gate, how punishment
Vincent.
ties the scroll.
Yes, sir.
We'll no longer require your services.
Huh?
Security is something we're more than capable of handling ourselves.
But...
Giving your pass at the desk.
I see. Yes, sir.
I spent so many years
It was
trying
a
to
privilege
figure out
working with
how.
fine people.
I wasted
Thank you,
14
Vincent.
years.
Well, you all
See,
got a
once
casino
you
to run.
commit yourself,
Don't wait too
the
long
how
before
will
putting my
come.
first check in the
The
post.
way will come.
I hope to see you all on the tables.
You have the ability
Oh,
to do more than you can
the joys
ever
of being
begin to
American
imagine.
owned. Well, that's not how I hoped things would turn out, but we're still running.
The most difficult thing I've
still worth
ever
something,
done
at least.
was to believe
Well, I've got some work to
that
do.
I can do what I'm now doing.
Old friend.
But imagine, if you will, being on your deathbed and standing around your bed, the dreams given to you by life, the ideas that you never acted on, the talents, the gifts, the abilities that you never used. And there they are, standing around your bed, looking at you with large, angry eyes, saying, "We came to you. And only you could have given us life. And now we must die with you forever." If you died this very moment, what will die with you? What dreams? What ideas? What talents? What leadership potential? What greatness that you showed up to bring? That you allowed fear or procrastination to hold you back? I refuse to die an unlived life. Don't worry about the odds. You want to raise the bar on yourself. Most people won't do that. See, most people engage in low-life living, low-risk living. If you're not willing to risk, you cannot grow. And if you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. And if you cannot become your best, you can't be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there? No, I parked. I didn't have my emergency lights on. I didn't want to show up on the radar. I parked. You know how long I parked?
Morse Mutual.
I
We're here
parked
to
for
help.
10 years.
I can do that.
Unless you attempt to do something beyond that, which you've already mastered, you will never grow. And so you want to begin to take some chances. You want to begin to challenge yourself and make it okay to fail and learn from your failures. Don't allow
It's a great fucking city,
fear
but the traffic kills me.
failure.
Yeah, I know, right?
The allure, the attractiveness of playing it safe in life to draw you in. You'll discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now.
The place is expensive. I'm broke as fuck.
You can't get out of life alive. You got to die to leave here.
Corporate my ass. That place is a sweatshop.
See, most people stop short of their dreams and park and get off the highway of life
make more money
because of the
working at Wigwam
rejections
Burger.
of life. You will always be rejected. You must be willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. See, once you commit yourself,
Imagine a place
the how
where your
will
friends
come.
can go for
The
some
way will
private
come.
action. Purchase a penthouse and start living the life you deserve.
And this quote is about a young lawyer. He married a beautiful girl. And they had a lovely daughter. And a son. And this is what he wrote.
Oh, come on!
This was in his diary. He said, she was beautiful in face and form, and lovelier still in spirit. As a flower she grew, and as a fair young flower she died. And when my heart's dearest died, the light went from my life forever. He thought the life gone from his life forever. And he went on.
Shell's freaking out. I brought that girl home from the bar, man.
It's only a beginning, always.
I know she was a skank. I was drunk as hell, man.
The young must know it. The old must know it.
Throw her ass out.
Because the greatness comes not when things go always good for you, but the greatness comes when you're really tempted. When you take some knocks, some disappointments, when sadness comes. Because only if you've been in the deepest valley can you ever know how magnificent it is to be on the highest mountain.
Police! Help me, someone!
Always give your best. Never get discouraged. Never be petty. Always remember, others may hate you. Those who hate you don't win unless you hate them. And then you destroy yourself.